What's up, gang? So it is day I don't even know anymore. I know that I have, I think, 18 days left before this car needs to be done. That's kind of stressful. Is it doable? I think so. But like trying to do it right and not rush anything and get all my bodywork clean is gonna be really stressful on me, and I'm gonna have to pull a lot of late nights. But here we are with the car. And today we have a dope video that I'm really excited to share with you guys, but also, to be honest, a little nervous about doing because it's kind of a big job. And that job is fixing my door that got hit way too hard, way too many times. I'm gonna be showing you how to do body work again. And as you know, I don't know, in my last videos, I feel like it's like plays off that I'm a little bit passionate about it. I love it. Like, I'm at the job where I'm at just so I can learn body work, really. And I do 10 million other things here, but really just so I can learn body work because I love it. But it's a lot of work. So today we're gonna start. At the end of the night, we're gonna have something. I don't know what we're gonna have. That's kind of how body work works. This line needs to go away, this trim line. I'm deleting it. There is no trim line on the over fender door card. So the whole thing is gone on both sides. And I did it on the one side, but this side's way worse because this side, oh. Remember that tin can thing I was talking about in the previous video where I said it, you know, it pops in and out? And that's not just the metal, like what, the whole freaking door. Oh, you can't Bondo over that, okay? Please don't ever try. If you do, you're an idiot. How we're gonna fix that is we're gonna take a straight edge ruler of like the 90 degree. Right? This is the easiest way. And we're just gonna see what the hell is high, okay? So all this is low. There's air between it, right? So that's low. That might be a tad high, but that'll go away. That dent, right? That's how you see your dent. That dent's low. And there's a high spot right here because it kind of pivots the ruler. All right, finally, that's a little better. The door's closed now. Do you see how it's sticking up more than the rest of it? Right there. So it teeter-totters right on that point, if that makes sense. That's really low. That's straight. Right there is high. So that means you need to hit that in before you applicate your Bondo. Otherwise, you're gonna have a big metal spot, and you either layer Bondo on it and blend it, which is not the way to do it, or you hit it low. Not too low, but low, so you can smear it, and that's the way to do it. I need to go in. I need to sand this entire area, and there's a couple little dings and stuff like here I gotta address. And I'm going to buzz it all down and then actually look at the metal. And then where it's high here and where it's tin can, I'm gonna shrinker stretch. I'm gonna heat up. I'm gonna hit this down actually, but I'm gonna heat this up like I did before. And I was actually like, I didn't want the panel on the other side to be like too like crazy low from heating it. So I left the shrinker stretcher on it while I was blowing it. And it kind of didn't make the effect as like dramatic, so it just worked. So now you're gonna see me put the shrinker stretcher on, pull it off, put air on it. So it's hot, 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 cold. So it expands, and so you can push that metal and then cool it down. And so that's gonna bring all this metal in around here. It's gonna go whoosh, because it's losing area. It's losing surface area, I would say. So instead of being all like, bleh, 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 you know, it's all expanded, it's bloated, the metal's bloated. I guess that's a good way to put it. We're gonna put a 6-pack on it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get the side skirt off, that stuff stripped, and get going on this. I really need to get working on this car, so it's hard to vlog as much because it takes a lot of time. It takes a generally twice as long to vlog into a car than to just do it. Because with body work, if you just stay going, you get on it, no distractions, like no song changing, no talking to people, no texting, no vlogging. It's done. Like, you're way quicker, you're in the zone, but when you have to do it, it takes forever. So that's kind of why I love doing this, and I'm happy to show you guys, but it's also very hard, and I'm on a time crunch. So I'm talking a lot. We're gonna get to working, and I hope that you guys can tag along for the journey and watch and maybe learn some stuff. And here we go. We'll see what happens tonight. This is your best friend when doing something like this. It'll save you time. This is a Bondo Buster. DA is probably half the size, half as powerful. This will cut straight to the metal. Also, it wasn't very thorough. When you're sanding this off and you hit metal, go somewhere else. If you sit there and sand through your metal, you're screwed. So don't do that. I just want to be very clear about that. When I'm sanding to the metal. I'm not sanding past the metal. So you can 36 all of it, get it all of the metal, but once it's the metal, it's the metal. Like, do not keep sanding it or you will screw it up. You'll actually cause this because you'll thin the metal out and it will have no structure. Last thing, always, always, always wear a respirator. I cannot stress this enough. Please wear a respirator. Clean them out like monthly. Change your filters when you can. I don't care if you vape, if you smoke, whatever. Please just, even wearing one of these, like, fit proper and stuff, even though, like, you know, fit proper, you're still gonna have Bondo boogers and you're still gonna ingest all of that stuff into your lungs, and they don't feel very good. Doesn't matter what you do when you're done. So, for the love of God and your health and your lungs and, you know, your life, please wear one of these. Just like that, we are ready to start straightening this panel. So it's all 36, and then I just kind of took the hand grinder on spots I couldn't get, and then all of the edges that I'm not sanding off, took a DA with 80 and feathered them. Otherwise you'll have like a rough edge. So yeah, we're good. I'm painting the car, so I'm not really too worried about nicking other panels. It's all getting sanded off. So now we're gonna figure out this issue. So basically everything I said about the other side, completely disregard that. That's a straight panel, that's a good door. So you wanna make it nice and take your time and prep everything. This thing is just thrashed, it is hammered, it just needs to get smeared. You gotta find a balance at some point between straightening metal and just bondoing it, and which one's more efficient. And I could spend hours and hours and hours metal finishing this just about, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna make sure everything's low. I'm gonna make sure the metal is tight, and I'm gonna smear it. So that's where we're at with this one. I called this a shrinker stretcher the other day. It's also a polar. It's really called a Pro Spot. The settings are just kind of set. I mean, that's really long. I'll probably turn it down to 2, somewhere in there, because that's like 4.5 seconds of heating it up. It was on E, it's where it needs to stay, and that's just kind of what I do. This is my favorite one. There's a couple, we have an old one, but I like this one. Only tips I can tell you is to grind this with your angle grinder, pretty like 45-ish, to where there's like a tip, and your ground. Be careful where you put your ground, because it will arc to the panel, and it will actually end up welding itself to the panel, so when you pull it off, it might dent in or out, probably pull the panel, so just be careful with that. And other than that, go ham. You just got to start somewhere. You need to dive in. It's intimidating. You don't know what the hell is going on. But if you kind of know the basics, like if the metal's loose, shrink it. And if it's high, hit it down. You're going to be okay. So I promise you, just do this if you can find someone with one of these. Or just, if you're at home, hit all your metal low and go for it. I mean, you could always weld tabs if you need to pull it out, but I would just, if you don't need to, hit it low. If it's a 1/4 inch or less, smear it. It's now 8:45, so that took me like probably a good hour to straighten, 45 minutes. But I mean, just expect that. That panel is beat. Really hard to show it, but I mean, you can see how low it is. There's a nice dip now. And all that was high before. And then all this is just, it wasn't dense here. It was just where it was oil can, tin canning. So I had to shrink all this so that it doesn't move on me anymore and pop my Bondo out, like I was saying before. So if you're not familiar with it, I think I went into more detail on it in previous videos. And I'm just trying to kind of reiterate it because I got to remind myself even. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Here we go. Wish me luck. Well, if you guys want to see the dirty truth, for those of you that are going to see this car at park, don't hate me. That's how much Bondo needs to go in there. Now, I could pull this out and save myself some time. Well, some Bondo. So believe it or not, that's not even that bad. It's like a 1/4 inch at most. Just right in that spot. So I got the heads all ground out. So it's just 36 on a angle grinder. And then just to be a little extra, I don't see many people do this. I like to because stuff gets loose. You don't go crazy, you just go because the heads of these will actually have some like crap in them that can break out and stuff under your Bondo. Finally, I'm ready to throw my first coat on, so just gonna mask everything. Masks, 3 wide, like inch or whatever big tape, masking tape you have, like 3 wide away from the area. Alrighty, here we go. We're all clean, we're taped up. Well, hey, at least the door handle's still good. Actually, there's a dent under there, no! So it is 10:08. I told Kiara I'd probably be out of here at 10, so I need to get going. Didn't get as far as I wanted to, but that metal was messed up and it needed to be fixed. So obviously this first coat of Bondo is terrible. What I did there, when I didn't sand that and app that, don't do that if you can help it. It's just so much Bondo. I know I'm gonna recoat it and hit it off anyways. So, because they harden at different rates and it's not a very tacky surface for Bondo to stick to. So don't do that if you can help it, but I really couldn't. That's way too much Bondo. It needs 2 apps and I don't have time. So I'm gonna buzz all this down real hard, really quick with some 36 on a Bondo Buster, a DA, and more tomorrow, class. All right, so it is 11 o'clock on Monday of the week the car's getting primed. I think we figured out today is day 15. Or something, I don't know. But got the first coat weighed, dusted it off, made a mess. So tomorrow now I can go and actually put the meat back on this thing. My father's gonna be here, he's gonna help me do the roof. I'm just simply running out of time. We're both gonna do it, but that's a big job. That'd take me a lot of time, but like at least a day, half day to a day. So he's gonna come help me a little bit tomorrow. I'm gonna finish that. We're gonna get this thing straight this week, completely straight, and we're gonna knock it out. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Peace, have a good night.